What's happening, friends? Mr. Nomad Ben here. I'm at the Joseph T. McConnell Park in Ringgold, Georgia. This is kind of a sneak peek of what'll be happening this weekend. I had to come back here to do a couple of reshoots for the vlog I'm posting, so it was a beautiful day. I couldn't take an opportunity to go out and reshoot, but then, I had some thoughts in the old noggin, so I think it's time for a good old tradition OMV. And those who don't know what an OMV means, it's called Oh My Vlog. I created it so whenever I want to share what's on my mind, I just go and just kind of talk. And you guys could listen. And if you guys want to comment, you can always leave comments below if you guys want to engage in conversation. But why don't you guys come and let's go ahead and go for a little walk and talk. Or an unedited mind walk. And here we go. So, I guess what's going on in my mind right now is the thought of the actor that died recently, Dustin Diamond. And those who don't know who Dustin Diamond is, he played a really iconic role in the hit comedy called Saved by the Bell, which Saved by the Bell is a spin-off of Good Morning Miss Bliss, I believe it's called. Basically, Saved by the Bell, Good Morning Miss Bliss is basically a spin-off of Saved by the Bell and more spin-offs and more spin-offs in TV movies and all that. And then, of course, there's that new show that's on Peacock TV, kind of like enjoying being in high school in modern times. Of course, most of the original cast of Saved by the Bell is back on that one. I haven't had time to check it out yet. Maybe one day I will. Just enjoying some coffee from the coffee shop Common Grounds in Dalton, Georgia. And the kind of coffee that they ground it from is called Mad Priest Roasters, so it's pretty good coffee. So, anyway, back to Dustin Diamond. Now, Dustin Diamond, he played that dork, Screech. And, I can relate a lot to Screech in many ways because I would consider myself a dork. I enjoy a lot of dorky things like Star Wars and Disney stuff, but a lot of people enjoy that stuff, even if they're not considered that. But it digs deeper than that when it comes to it. Like, he's always the awkward one, and I've always considered myself an awkward one sometimes. And he also misunderstood, and sometimes I consider myself misunderstood too. But I related to his character a lot anytime I watched Saved by the Bell. And Saved by the Bell, I didn't get to watch it until I was about in high school. Basically anything that was uploaded on Netflix, I basically kind of caught up my childhood on. So it was going on when I was growing up. So I was born in the 90s. So those who were born in the late 70s and 80s were probably humongous fans of Saved by the Bell. And of course, the fandom grew as the kids grew up. And the 90 kids discovered it, obviously, on Saturday mornings. And when Netflix had every season, then everyone got to catch up that way. So I got to catch up on Saved by the Bell. And I got onto Netflix and all that. So, but Dustin Diamond, his character was been played by him for a long period of time. For about 10 to 15 years, he played the same character of Screech, the dork. And, yeah. But the thoughts about him is, like, after his career ended, he did, according to what I read and what I've watched and caught up on YouTube about him, he didn't really get along much with the rest of the cast. And I understand there was a kind of a book controversy about that. But at the same time, the man try to make things right toward the end of his life. And I guess Mario Lopez was the only one that actually kind of, I would say, became a mere acquaintance or just a friend to him, while everyone else just kind of was meh toward him. Let me go ahead and sit down for a second. My arm is kind of getting tired here. So luckily I brought my tripod with me on my gimbal, so be a great opportunity to test this baby out. There we go. Well, anyway, So anyway, I understand that there was probably some drama going on with things and things that he probably started, and there were probably other stories with everyone else. But the man tried to make things right with his former cast members, and and it is what it is. The man passed away of, I believe it was lung cancer, and he died at age 44. And I guess that just really hits me. I'm 30 years old, and well, that was. Oh, okay. So, anyway, I'm 30 years old, and I actually have a few good friends that are well in their 40s, and I still got aunts and uncles. Yeah, I still have aunts and uncles that are still in their 40s. So it just makes me kind of think, like, time is just so short, and 40 may not seem that young, but it is still pretty young, predominantly young. But at the same time, it's just like, man, 40, well in the 40s, and it don't matter how old you are, time just goes by so fast. And when the man tried to make things right, when he was trying to still achieve acting or being on TV shows, and it just did not work out, and basically being typecast as the dork, but also having problems with everyone else, and he tried making things right with his cast. I'm not really too sure what was the complete divide, but what I saw was a man that not just tried to survive and do things that he enjoyed doing, but also someone who is really remorseful, and someone who is I'm trying to think of some good words here to kind of pinpoint about what I'm trying to say here, but maybe you'll get to me. But I saw someone, based on what I've read and what I saw on YouTube and all that, and I'm defending Dustin Diamond, and not because I relate to Screech. It's more like because I can understand that, because he's like a lot like his character. It seemed like Dustin Diamond was a very misunderstood person, and I could tell sometimes I'm a very misunderstood person too. And sometimes the reason why I repeat myself a lot too, because I want to make sure people understand what I'm trying to say. And I know it's kind of an annoying habit, and sometimes when I'm editing my videos, it'll be kind of like a little bit of a block where I'm like here, then here. It's because I repeat myself, and I know I don't want to tend to do that a lot for you guys. But the reason why I repeat myself so much, because I want to be understood. I want to make sure people hear me correctly. So I kind of felt like Dustin Diamond was a very misunderstood person to an extent, and he probably did do some wrongs, but everyone has wronged each other at some point in life. But time is so short, and the man died at 44 years old, and 44 it's young, and that's 14 years older than I am. The man was old enough to be my older brother. And of course, I only have an older sister, but it just makes me think, like, I have friends at that age, or getting there at that age, aunts and uncles that are a little over that age, but still, when someone is trying to sincerely trying to apologize and make things right, hear them out and listen to what they have to say. And life's too short to hold a grudge and hold things against that person. So if we learn to forgive one another for those who've wronged us, and it's a burden off of you too, and it's also a burden off of them knowing that there was closure. And there are people in my life where I felt like I've wronged or did things wrong toward them or said things to them. And if I can think of anyone else, I might message them or whatever. But I believe I've made amends with most people that I felt like I've wronged, and I went out of my way to apologize to them. And some of them have forgiven me. Some of them just ignored my message, and that's okay. But at least my burden is gone, but there's always that little ounce of me hoping that there'll be closure, hearing what they want to say back to me. And, and I may never get a response from those people. And, it seems like when Dustin was trying to make amends and make apologies to the rest of the cast of Saved by the Bell, it just seemed like he was just brushed off and nobody seemed to care. And, it's kind of heartbreaking to see that when someone admits what they did was wrong and they're trying to make things right. Things are just, they're not giving the guy another chance or something. And it would have been cool to, if he made his appearance in the new Saved by the Bell show, but it's way too late for that now. So let's just hope that, it's a lesson learned, not just for the cast of the Saved by the Bell, but it's a lesson learned for all of us, that if you know somebody, like a coworker, a good friend, a family member, brother, sister, or whatever, everyone wrongs each other at some point, and it's never too late to apologize and admit that you were wrong about one thing, because sometimes people keep things harbored, keep things stored, and I just want to say, it's never too late to apologize for the wrongdoing that you've done to somebody. But at the same time, it's always good to forgive someone. At least it'll give you a burden to let go, and it gives them the feeling of knowing that, that I won't say they're cool with it. Just because you forgive someone doesn't mean you forget everything, and doesn't mean you have to become friends with the person again. It may take time to heal, because if you had a friendship with someone and then they've wronged you, and then it could be years from now, and that person that wronged you comes back and apologizes, and you still had those good memories, things that you hold dear to you. It may take time to heal, to build that friendship back up, but it may not ever be friendships again. But that you had some sort of relationship with that person. You worked with that person. You went to school with that person. You went to church with that person. It doesn't matter what you've been doing with that person. If that person comes back and apologizes to you, hear them out. And just know in your heart, pray to whatever deity you believe in. Pray to the God that you believe in. Just pray. Think positive thoughts or whatever. Just kind of reflect yourself and say, is this person worth forgiving? And I think most of the time in life, anyone that apologizes and sincerely means it, absolutely sincerely means it, at least deserves forgiveness. And just because, like I said, if the damage has been done a lot, it doesn't mean you have to go back to getting back in that relationship with the person. But at least you could let things go. And I just kind of felt like when Dustin died, and with him trying to make sincere apologies and trying to make things right with his life, we all know that he had things going on too, other than, I think, just being misunderstood. But also, there was some criminal activity that he did too, and at the same time, but there are things that he was trying to make right. So I just don't. It's just I just was happy that Mario Lopez gave him the time to talk when they were at least talking together on the interview. But at the same time, when the rest of the cast just kind of blew him off, it just kind of shows that there's a division between those guys, and I think this is kind of a lesson learned. Maybe that's the legacy Dustin has left behind, is that it's never too late to apologize, but also maybe a learning lesson for all of us. It's never too late to forgive too, and that's what I was kind of thinking about today, and how important apology and forgiveness go together, and it means something. Make sure it does mean something, because sometimes people constantly say I'm sorry, some people say I forgive you, but that's a different topic. for another time, or maybe never, because there could be different cans of worms about apologies and forgiveness. But when it comes to in general of things, it doesn't hurt to just like reflect and ask yourself, is that person worth forgiving? And I really believe deep down in my heart that Dustin Diamond was trying to make the best of what he can done after his Saved by the Bell years, and trying to make things right after he wronged some things. And and whatever the other people had against Dustin, that's their business, and whatever they had a problem with, and that's something that the ball's in their court now when he went out of his way to apologize. So even in death, I believe you can still forgive. And even though they may never hear it, but I believe that some way, somehow, they're hearing it. And that's kind of what's on my mind about it. So basically, kind of keep the mind walking. It's never too late to apologize, and I believe it's never too late to forgive, no matter what time period we are in life, because life is just too short. And life's too short. The quote from my favorite Christian band, Switchfoot: "Life's too short. I want to live it well." And I want to live my life well when if I wrong somebody, but I want to apologize for the wrongdoing, then I would hope and pray that that person knows my heart, and that person would want to forgive me back. And I want to better myself as a person for that. So, that's kind of what's on my mind right now. Never too late to apologize, and it's never too late to forgive. So, I guess that's kind of what's on my mind today. This is it's tragic of what happened to Dustin, and my thoughts and prayers are going out to his family and his friends, and to the cast of Saved by the Bell. Regardless of what they felt about him, they were with him for a good period of time. Regardless if it was just an acting gig or they were friends with him, it was a time together. So, yeah. Well, my friends, that is going to conclude for my OMV, my vlog. That's just kind of what's on my mind right now. And to wrap things up, if you are watching this video, be sure to vote. We have a couple more, we got about a week and a half until Valentine's Day, so I would like to get more thoughts of where I go eat my Nashville hot chicken, either in Nashville, Tennessee or Atlanta, Georgia. Favors are looking in Nashville, but who knows, the more views I get or my subscribers are watching, make sure you leave the comments below. You could leave it here in this video if you want, but I'll leave a link in the description on my other video when I reached my 200 subscribe challenge. So you guys can go ahead and leave your thoughts on those comments. You can reach out to me on Instagram or Twitter and tell me what you think. Plus, I'll leave a poll on my stories so for you guys to vote. So let me know by Valentine's Day of where you guys want me to go when it comes to doing the hot chicken challenge. And of course, I might do a mini series of vlogs, or I might just shoot like a documentary style, or kind of how I normally do it, but maybe a little more extensive kind of vlog. So yeah, I'm already planning it right now, regardless of where I go. I kind of have an idea what I'm going to do in Nashville. I'm going to start mapping my trip to Atlanta. So yeah, my friends, just let me know where you guys want me to go next. And if you guys have any thoughts or comments on what I'm thinking, not trying to spark arguments, not trying to spark anything, because I know everyone has different points of view, and I'm open to hearing it out. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about the whole Dustin Diamond deal and the Saved by a Bell cast. So, but still, that's going to conclude for today. If you guys enjoyed this particular OMV or Oh My vlog, the unedited mind walk, then give this video a thumbs up. It shows that you cared and you enjoyed yourself. And also, if you're new to my channel, be sure you hit that subscribe button. And I probably will have some viewers that came across this like, what is this guy all about? So I introduced myself in the beginning of the video. I'll do it again. My name is Mr. Nomad Ben. I enjoy food, beer, history, and nature quests, and eventually I'll get to to a local theme park that's here in my town, and probably some roadside attractions, and eventually we'll kind of get to other things as well. But right now I'm a local vlogger in the Northwest Georgia, Chattanooga, Tennessee area, so that's kind of what I do, but I go other places too. I've been to Alabama and somewhat in North Carolina, so plan on going there more often, hopefully this year. So yeah, if you came across this channel, I would love it if you guys subscribed and checked out some of my adventures that I've done already, and yeah, and check out the reviews I've done on some restaurants and some food. We got a Waffle House experience coming up, and I also review a Dunkin' Donuts cereal. So this week I'm going to be premiering at the Old Stone Church Museum this weekend, and then the next week maybe the Waffle House experience. So, but yeah, we got a lot more vlogs I'm posting, and then eventually we're going to get to it. Maybe this spring we'll get to the Nashville or Atlanta vlogs, and things be a little more current. So I kind of get things a head start because my work schedules fluctuate from 5 to 6 day work weeks. So, but yeah, and maybe this weekend, I might do a live stream. I'll keep things posted on my YouTube or my Instagram story if I plan on doing a little live stream. Thinking about doing maybe a little Mad Libs games, or just kind of do a Q&A, or just kind of sit down and chill and maybe do a beer review. Not really too sure. Just kind of do a hangout. So this is just kind of a time I'm just kind of thinking what's on my mind. So yeah, other than that, my friends, I hope you guys enjoyed this OMV. I'm kind of going on and on here. But I mean, well, hey, what's new about that? So I hope you guys have a wonderful Wednesday, or today's Wednesday. So I hope you guys have a wonderful Wednesday. Or if you're watching this at any other time of the week, I just hope you guys have a wonderful day. Sayonara, my friends. Eat well. Always keep your mind walking.